Hey everybody, I was out here working on the blind a little bit, doing a little brushing, trying to get ready for second split opening tomorrow. And I've had a lot of people ask me to send them pictures of this blind and stuff, and I honestly have no pictures, so I figured the best way to show this thing would be just do a video. So this is the blind we affectionately refer to as the Hilton. And I'm going to take you around and show you a little bit of it. I'm sorry if this motor gets a little loud and you can't hear me. This thing is, the floor space in it is 20 foot long and 8 foot wide. Then you'll see the parking garage built off the back of it. If you notice up front, you can actually see the dog ramps there that actually hinge up out of the way for transport and whatnot. You can see them from this angle, but I'll show you how we keep them hid from the ducks so that they can't look down into them and see. This front piece isn't flush with the blind. Get a little closer, you can see it actually, the wall of the blind is like here, and this is at a 45 out to keep the dog and the ramps and all that under that brush. Charlie's wanting to go get the damn Nutri-Rat. Leave the Nutri-Rats alone, Charlie. No. Let's go in the inside here and I'll show you a little more to get backed up. Sorry about this loud motor, I know. But as you come on in here, I gotta brush this up some more, but it's good for now. It's floating on 16 55-gallon drums. When you come in, there's a light switch here that turns on an LED strip inside. And right there is where our propane bottle sits to feed all of our goodies inside. Slide the door open, come on. And let's take a gander inside here. It's probably nasty, but there's our solar panels we keep on the roof. Got a couple bus seats in here. Just got some camo net in here to hide the back part of the blind from the front part. And if you look up there, we have what we call throw-out doors. You stay down up underneath these till you're ready to shoot, then throw them out, bang, bang, bang. Very simple. Got a metal shelf all the way down the front with little gun holders on it and whatnot. That's one of the dog doors that goes out to the dog ramp. This little piece of pipe here runs all the way up under that shelf down to the other side. And that's so when I see ducks over here and I need to tell the guy over there, I don't have to holler. I can talk into this and he can hear me down there. Now comes the good part of the blind that everybody wants to see. Back here. That, my friends, is an actual flushable toilet. It's got a bilge pump switch on the inside, a float controller that's wired up in reverse actually, so when it drops out, it kicks the bilge pump on that's in the lake, refills your toilet. When it gets full, the switch comes up, shut your bilge pump off, good to go. Notice right there behind that chair, there's plug-in outlets. We'll get to that. There's one heater. There's another heater. Come down this way. There you got the stove and the oven. I think that thing needs to be clean. Coffee pot. All the propane is run through stainless lines along the back wall. And these lights are actually wired up to another switch in here so that you can turn them both off from inside or both off from outside or vice versa or whatever. Works out pretty good. This contraption, a buddy of mine, Mr. Kilgore, built is an absolute marvel. We got a few 12-volt batteries down there, and solar panels normally go on the roof to keep the batteries charged. But here, remember I showed you the plug-in outlet on that end. We have one here that the solar panels plug into, the direct wire to the battery. And then down here we have a couple more. Same on that side, there's two down low. One of them is a constant feed. It's always hot with 12-volt power. The other one, on the other hand, we'll see all these switches. Each of these switches controls one of those receptacles. This one works a timer. The rest of them control receptacles. Inside here, this is an on-off timer. That is a power inverter. This thing runs off 120, so we had to invert it to 120 to run that. So say this one comes on for 5 seconds. When it comes on, the one down there goes off. Vice versa. 5 seconds goes by, that one comes on, this one goes off. That way when you got motion decoys out, which I'll probably make a second video of here shortly when I get them put out, but you have motion on this side, then it clicks and it motions on the other side of the blind. There's our little solar panel charger control. You can see our batteries have 12.5 volts right now. They're not charging, but all this stuff is fused up. And this thing here, see that solenoid? That controls the trolling motor head like a Thrasher or a Mallard machine. Well, we run very large wire out to that Mallard machine because we didn't want any amp loss going out there. Well, the amount of amps that we ended up pulling back here was too much for one of these switches. So the switch actually controls the solenoid. It's just a Ford truck starter solenoid, and it does the same thing. Let me hook it up real quick. It cuts on for 5 seconds and off for 5 seconds. Turn the timer on. Hear it click. And it'll kick back off. And after a few seconds, it'll kick back on. There you go. And that kicks your trolling motor on and off. These control my pulsators and swimmers made by Hilton that I'll show you shortly. Full roof all the way front to back. Now you can't see all these full outdoors now. Kick these up. There you go. That, my friends, is what we affectionately refer to as the Hilton. Stay tuned and I'll bring you a video of all of our motion decoys as soon as I get them put out. Let me know if you got any questions. Got these little bus seats here. Flip them up. Got a little milk crate up on them for storage. Ain't nothing in there for you, Charlie. That little light switch there just controls the toilet, so it'll, let me show you that thing flush real quick. Oh, we ain't got it on. There we go. And I put water in it. I don't know if you can see that. Got a beer can to keep it from splashing out, but after it fills up, it flushes just like a regular toilet. Let me get these decoys put out, and I will make another video shortly.